Harbaugh now heads to Los Angeles Chargers.
Do you think anyone can predict a Jim Harbaugh speech? You're out of your damn mind.
That's a beast! Beast mode! My God!
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin Herbert.
We have a Chargers quarterback that cusses, boys. This is dangerous.
Phillip Rivers sheds us here.
We want to be known as world champions, and we're gonna do it or die trying. Don't let the powder blues fool you.
Who's got it better than I?
What's going on there, folks? Welcome back to the Charger Chat. I'm your co-host, Wool Dog, sitting with my buddy, Kyle, the Coach Duggan.
How's it going, Wool Dog?
Us going great. Sir, we, as you all know, we postponed this episode because we wanted to wait. As usual, things happen the day after we normally record and post and everything like that, and we weren't going to let that happen this time. We wanted to wait, and sadly, Kev is not here with us. He's off filming another thing, making more cool shit. What are you going to do?
Stuff.
So it's just going to be me and Coach here talking with you about. I almost forgot that there was a game this last preseason game.
I 100% forgot. You just went through the outline and said we're going to discuss the game. I'm like, wait, what? We had a game?
Right.
That was a forgettable last preseason game.
Completely. But we'll touch on a few things with the game. Obviously, the 53-man roster. We've got a new song from Adam Mundwarf and an Ask Boltfam lined up for you. So let's waste no time. Start at the top. Talk about this game. Obviously, yeah. Started off looking really good. Boy, DJ, I'm going to get it. Uiagalelei. Uiagalelei. I was close.
Yeah.
Was hot there for a second. And then the pick six just completely diminished everything that was there. But still was looking really good. Running game, a little rough. I mean, Raheem's, Rocket Sanders was still showing some flashes, but
leading rusher.
Yeah. And receiving Delvon Campbell, that drive with DJ and Delvon Campbell, it was like 6 for 6, trucking it down the field, and it was just looking really sweet. We saw some Miranda Gadsden catches. Poor Luke Grimm. That poor son of a bitch.
that little guy is not a returner. He had one huge punt return in high hopes, and I don't think that's his gig. That's not in his bag.
Clearly wasn't. I mean, and God bless him. I want to think, because the announcers made mention of how windy it was at that field, that there was something in the wind, like a gust came up, and that's what
let's give him the benefit of the
messed up the trajectory.
I critique a lot of football punt returners. I will never critique, because you have to have a screw loose to sit back there 50 yards looking straight up in the air, knowing that these gigantic men are running full speed to rip your head off.
Ugh.
That's just a play I can't critique. If a guy ever drops one, I'm like, yep, I would have done the same exact thing, 110%. No matter the prime of my life or right now, I would never catch that football because I just don't want to die.
I cannot imagine either trying to maintain any kind of focus for that. But he was having a rough time. Naheem Miller-Hines hadn't muffed one as well. And I bet even it happened on the 49ers. So I'm going to put it towards the wind as being the main deal.
We'll check it off to the wind.
But still, that was...
Damn you, nature.
Damn you! That was still rough. That game just kind of fizzled out and just got messy and no bueno.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Preseason.
Yeah, bye-bye preseason. No more. All gone. Defense was looking great, though, too. I mean, Marlo Wax. We'll talk more about him here.
We'll talk about him later. Yeah,
he
obviously
had a heck
played
of a
well
game.
enough.
Yeah. 6 total tackles, 5 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 pass defended, 2 QB hits.
Yeah,
guy was playing out of his mind.
Yeah,
he really wanted to get on the team.
He was singularly focused on making this team. Yeah, for sure.
And clearly accomplished that as we get to it. But just a rough outing on that 4th game, but it's all done. It's all gone. Now we got to wait 1 more week, and then it's official. The season starts. Chargers, Chiefs, Brazil.
Yes.
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 No more rookies, no more backups. This is all the main guys coming to play, and it's going to be some meaningful football, baby. We love
Dude,
that.
it's so soon. It's like, what, 9 days away?
I think so. Yeah.
That's nuts.
9 days
cannot
away from the
freaking
first
wait.
game of the season. It's going to be super duper fun. And before we get to the 53-man roster, because I don't know why, the Chargers took forever and a day to post their list of like the 53-man roster, and I'm not sure what the reason
Ortiz
was behind
cooking,
that.
dude.
He
was
must
trying
have
to
been.
trade. He was trying to move players. No one was biting, but he was trying, I think.
Well, he did make a trade, and we traded with the Texans. Austin, and I'm not sure if I pronounced his last name right, Deculus?
Looks like Oculus,
Deculus?
but with a D at the beginning.
Deculus.
Deculus.
I'm going to say.
That's my guess. Yeah.
Offensive lineman from the Texans for a conditional 7th in 2027, not 2026, 2027. So we're really putting this one on layaway. Another offensive lineman to add to the 53-man roster.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about the guy. The depth linemen in the NFL, it's hard to keep your finger on those guys. He was a draft pick. I saw somebody posted the PFF grades that he's had over the last, I don't know, this preseason and last year, and it wasn't promising.
Wasn't
let's just
pretty.
say that.
Oh dear.
No, it wasn't pretty. Obviously, our GM, our O-line coach, they saw something in him that they thought that he would be a better depth piece than what they had in the past, that they already had here. So you got to hope that he pans out if he's needed. But you're hoping you never see that Deculus on the field, that last name on the field. But man, I don't have any doubt that Joe Ortiz knows what he's doing. Like, he's bringing in better guys. Again, we're not looking for this guy to come in, step in as a starter. This is just the guys that we had there in that 7th offensive line. He's just a little step up from what we had there. It's not, we went and brought in a starter. We brought in a depth piece that's better than the depth that we already had. So I have full faith. If we need him, he's going to be better than what we had already on the roster.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I mean, even the guy that we just brought in, I think prior to last week's game, Sharp.
Yeah, Sharp.
He's already gone.
Yeah, we brought him in right before.
He got waived,
the
got
preseason.
cut.
He couldn't hang.
So yeah, looking at this 53-man roster, starting off with the quarterbacks, obviously Trey Lance earned that spot at the QB
100%.
And
my only thought was that he potentially gets traded because we could turn him into something.
Right.
But apparently that wasn't the case. And I feel this is the most confident I've felt in our quarterback room in a really long time.
Oh, big time. Yeah, and to only have 2, where in seasons past we've had 3. Now there's still a chance, practice squad, somebody can come back, but only 2. Heineke, Uligalele. Was I right? Did I get it right?
Close.
All right.
You keep wanting to call him ukulele.
I do. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to.
Uyangalele.
Uyangalele. We'll see if one of those guys ends up coming back because we did waive them both.
Yeah.
Running back situation, excluding Scott Matlock, who plays every facet of football, only 3. Where at least last year we had 4. I know. Well, and it's even wilder because one of those was Najee Harris, who is he's not practiced. He's not played any preseason. And today they activated him to the active roster. Yeah. So he better be freaking ready, dude.
Well, 2 big statements. One, he's going to be ready. You're not going to go into the Chiefs game week 1 with a rookie that's never played in the NFL and Hassan Haskins. Those aren't going to be your 2 running backs. So Najee will be available week 1. He'll be fully suited up because there's not even anyone else for us to activate late. You know, it's going to be, he's going to be ready, which is awesome. But it also speaks to the confidence they have in Omarion Hampton being like the guy. They think he's going to be an absolute stud if you're only carrying those 3, because we know Hassan, he'll get the job done as a running back, but he's a special teamer. Right. You can toss him in there for the hard yards and some pass pro here and there to get those guys a blow. But this is going to be a true Omarion Hampton, Najee Harris show. So I think it's great. I personally believe running backs need touches. I know you want to protect them. You don't want to run them into the ground. But those guys, just like a quarterback, you need to get in the flow of the game and get your vision going, your burst, being able to make decisions and be in the flow of the game. So I'm excited about the 3 running back tandem with one being it's pretty much a thunder and lightning. It's one, two guys.
I love
so it's
that.
awesome.
Do you think that the whole Najee Harris situation, like, was that just like smoke and mirrors to like keep him out of practice, keep him out of preseason? And like, do you think that was the game plan to activate him last second for the 53-man roster? Or was that?
I think they probably always knew where his injury was and where it was progressing. I don't know what they benefit out of keeping him like so under wraps, but that's just kind of what seems to be the MO of our coaching staff.
Sure.
But I think they knew that he would be ready week 1. This was probably what they projected. But yeah, I don't know. We don't know.
That's the thing.
He was dealing with something. That's all we know.
Yeah. We knew about the firework thing. We know he's dealing with something. We know he's working off to the side.
Yeah.
And that's it. And now activated to the active roster.
Apparently he's ready.
And he better be friggin' ready. Yeah, he has to be, because I mean, we all thought this was a battle for Kamani Vidal and Rocket Sanders. Who's going to make it? Who's going to, and guess what? Neither. Both got waived.
Rocket Sanders is going to be a practice squatter. I know he'll be there.
Yeah.
And if another team scoops him up, good for him. He gets to go be on an active roster somewhere. But I think without a doubt, he'll be on that practice squad. And if you're on the practice squad with only 3 running backs ahead of you, you're going to get some playing time. Like there's going to be weeks where one of those guys needs a spill and they're not going to be able to play. So
big time.
On that short list depth chart, if you're the number 1 practice squad guy, you got a good shot of seeing the field.
Absolutely. Looking at the wide receivers, I don't think there's any surprises here. Keenan Allen, I'm so glad to say that name. Darius Davis, Trey Harris, Quentin Johnston, Keandre Lambert-Smith, and Ladd McConkey. Love it. Great room.
Yep.
Vastly improved over last year for sure.
100%.
And can't wait to see those guys take the field.
Young. That's a young receiver room.
Yeah. And I like it. Offensive line, Joe Alt, Bradley Bozeman, Mekhi Becton, Austin Deculus, which is actually kind of fun to say now that I got it down. Andre James, Zion Johnson, Trey Pipkins, and Jamari Sawyer. No real big surprises there either. I mean, I don't know anybody else that was playing in that position that would have done a better job than any of these guys. So
no, yeah, I think anytime you cut a draft pick, it's shocking. You know, like
that's true. Benson Taylor, yeah,
he got cut and he was a draft pick. Anytime, to me, even if it's a 7th round pick, it's always kind of shocking because usually you give them a little bit more of a leash. Right. I think the idea competitors welcome is even more so. Like it's just solidified with the amount of undrafted free agents that made the team and drafted players that got cut. It's like there's no security in where you were drafted or who you thought you were coming into it.
Yeah.
If you don't show up and compete, you're gone.
You're toast. So yeah, that is kind of a refreshing thing to see with this regime, this front office, that they really aren't afraid to cut a draft pick, and especially one that was lower on the totem pole, like Taylor. Tight ends, we got 4. Tyler Conklin,
that's
Tyler
a lot
Conklin.
of tight ends on our roster.
It is. Well, we like our tight end set. So Will Dissly, Tucker Fisk, and Aronde Gadsden.
Yeah.
Now Tucker Fisk, we do have to say, is going to be pulling double duty here for at least 4 games, because it was announced that Josh Harris was put on the injured reserve, but he will be coming back. But that means he's got to miss at least 4 games. Mm-hmm. So Tucker Fisk is going to be really doing those long snapping drills for this these practices leading up to the regular season and into, I'm sure. But still, a great tight end room. Again, vastly improved over last year.
Tucker Fisk is our best blocking tight end. That guy grades crazy in rush and run blocking. So I think he got a great opportunity with Josh Harris going down. Yeah. I will be holding my breath every single long snap for the first 4 weeks. I will be puckered a little bit, I think. But for him, awesome way to find your way on the team. You got to be able to have multiple options that you can provide to the team. So
good for him. Yeah. So that is everybody on the offensive side. On the defensive side, outside linebackers, looking at Bud Dupree, Kyle Kennard, Khalil Mack, Caleb Murphy, and Tuli Tuipulotu. Now, Caleb Murphy, that was a guy that we saw some flashes of in preseason, and I think we had him last year, if I'm not mistaken, like on practice squad or something to that
pop.
regard.
Yeah, up and down practice squad guy.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
congrats to him for making the team. He certainly had some flashes in preseason as well, so that's awesome to see. But no real major surprise outside of him. Defensive line, Jamari Caldwell, Justin Aboigbe, Deshaun Hand, Naquan Jones, Tito Abonia, and Tier Tart. No big surprises.
I could have penciled that in coming into the camp. Yeah.
Yeah. Inside linebackers, Troy Dine, Deion Henley, Denzel Perryman, and this guy, undrafted free agent, like we said earlier, Marlo Wax.
Yes. Or
good
as
for
the
him.
Chargers social media calls him Marlo Sacks.
Oh, I like it.
Oh,
I didn't hear that. I love that.
Yeah, they posted they had like a caption on a tweet that said Marlo Wax, more like Marlo Sacks.
Yeah, like it. And the crazy thing about this, and again, this speaks to the front office and how close they play things to the chest. Junior Colson suffered some kind of injury. Don't know what, when, where, or how, but he is out for the season again.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I don't know what it is.
We were talking him as being like a Deion Henley part 2, second season in the league, has an opportunity to get a bunch of reps, get comfortable with the speed, and then really break out. And now we're not even getting to see him all year.
Yeah. I mean, especially coming from Michigan under Harbaugh tutelage, it was like, all right, if he picked a guy from his own team back in college, that's going to be a good
Jesse
guy.
Minter picked him.
Exactly.
He was his captain. Yeah.
And nothing, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so I don't know what he's dealing with. It does suck. And I feel terrible for him to have to miss the first 2 years of the NFL career. It just sucks. But in the safety room, Derwin James, obviously, Alohi Gilman, RJ Mickens, Elijah Molden, and Kendall Williamson for the safety room. Five safeties.
Tony Jefferson didn't make the cut on
Tony
five
didn't,
safety,
man. And the entirety of the fan base, at least on Twitter, has been pretty sad about it. And I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I think he's coming back to the practice squad for sure.
They're trying to run it back the same thing as last year. And man, I hope it's true because I just want him in the room with those guys. I want him to be a part, like the energy and the leadership that he brings. And I think he was worth that 5th spot. In my opinion, Kendall Williamson, I mean, I know he had a game in that Hall of Fame game, but I don't think that he provides all the intangibles that Tony Jefferson seemed to be bringing to the team.
Sure.
So I really hope that he's able to find a way to stay on the practice squad. And once something flares up with one of these guys, he's able to find some playing time because he's definitely a fan favorite. Everyone loves him.
And I think that might be a way for, I do think a lot of like some of these guys that might be surprises made the team is a bit of 4D chess that Ortiz is playing as far as like trying to hold on to some of these guys, letting go of guys that probably aren't going to get picked up by anybody else, bring it back to the practice squad, cup and ball, shuffle routine kind of thing. And it wouldn't surprise me if we see Kendall Williamson go to the practice squad pretty quickly. But he's signed to the 53-man roster, absolutely deserves the accolades for getting there. Cornerback room, 7 cornerbacks. Cam Hart, Dante Jackson, Nico Reed,
undrafted
free agent, Nico Reed, Eric Rogers,
another one.
Guy had a stellar game against the Saints. Benjamin St. Juste, Tar Heap Still, and Jasir Taylor. And again, another instance where just because we drafted you doesn't mean you're automatically on the 53-man roster. Triquez Bridges did not make that list.
Right.
So probably come to the practice squad, but wasn't an automatic sign to the 53-man roster. So called it for Nico Reed, though. That Hall of Fame game, it was just like crime and Nitley. You got to make the team after a performance like that. And sure enough, he did. And then the specialists, Cameron Dicker and J.K. Scott, kicker and punter.
Yep, no surprise there. Good job, boys.
So there you go, folks, the 53-man roster. And looking at the guys that were waived, Dean Leonard was another guy who was injured, but he's due to come back as well. So we will see Dean Leonard again. But some of these other names, looking at them, Taylor Heineke, obviously didn't do enough to make the team.
Delshon Phillips, too. who we
Right.
brought in to be like a special team guy, middle linebacker. Wax beat him out for that final spot on the inside backer group.
He sure did. Naheem Miller-Hines, guy that we all thought might have a little bit of juice left in the tank, and maybe he does. Just a little, one too many mistakes, I think, in the preseason. And just a little too sloppy. And maybe just a bit too rusty. Could come back to the practice squad. We'll see. And then some injured guys, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Jones, Jared Patterson. Some other waived players looking at this list. Yeah, Delvon Campbell, boy, had a great game in 49ers. Wasn't enough. Terrell Edwards, the big boy, the rumbling, stumbling, bumbling, big guy that got the interception and ran it down.
Yeah.
Sadly didn't make it.
Our favorite name, Steve-O Klotz.
I know, Steve-O. And finally got to see some plays from Steve-O in this last game. I got to hear the announcer say Steve-O Klotz with the catch. But sadly didn't make the team. Tremont Morris-Brash, I'm a little surprised. Didn't quite make the team, but I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say I'm surprised.
That's a tough room. Yeah.
It's a tough room. There's only room for 53. And the great thing about the practice squad now, I think in years past, it was much lower, but this going forward, 16 practice squad guys. So there's still a lot of opportunities for these guys. As long as nobody signs them to their active roster, very likely will be coming back to the practice squad. Everybody else I think. Oh, Brendan Rice.
Yeah.
Pour one out for Brendan Rice, man. That poor guy.
We had a lot of hopes because of that last name, but it just didn't really pan out for him in LA.
So sad to see, but the waivers, this is going to be that opportunity for that front office to again make some moves, make some possible additions to the active roster. So it could very quickly change. But we'll get all that figured out by 12 o'clock tomorrow to make a claim. We'll start getting news coming in. But the important note about the waiver wire, and I honestly didn't know this from years past. I knew that there was a waiver wire. There was an order for teams to get guys.
This is bogus, honestly.
But as Ari Myrov points out, that players can pick up as many as they want. If they want 4 players and they're number 1 on the waiver wire, they get 4 guys. It's not like, well, we get to pick 1 and then 2. It's not
and then we go
fantasy
back to the
football.
bottom of the order.
Yeah. So it's like if everybody wants all the good guys, Chargers are sitting at number 22 on the waiver wires. So it could very well be slim pickings. Who knows? It's all about team needs and what's available and everything like that. So, but I didn't know that they could just take as many as they want.
Yeah.
Just
have your pick, Tennessee. Take as many as you want.
Yeah. We'll take the rest.
I mean, but if you are dependent on the waiver wire to be filling your roster, you're not in a good spot because those guys are getting signed.
Yeah, something's wrong. Yeah. But folks, what's not wrong is our Patreon, patreon.com/Charger Chat. Nothing wrong with that because we've got fantasy football going on and it is pretty full right now. I think we've got 2 more spots that are available. If you're interested in joining the Charger Chat Patreon fantasy football, head on over to patreon.com/Charger Chat. We've got 2 more spots for fantasy football. Once it's full, it's gone, it's done. So if you go there and you want to sign up for fantasy football and that button is gone from the membership, sorry, it's seats taken, as they say. But as usual, we always got to shout out our newest Patreon members. And I got to shout out this guy because one of our listeners, Kat, told me that she recruited this guy to join our fantasy football.
That's awesome.
He's a Charger fan. And I was like, that was the big thing. I was like, he's a Charger fan, right? You're not just bringing like some rando in here to play fantasy football with us. And so got a shout out, John Kozak. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, dude.
For joining the Patreon and the fantasy football. Going to be a lot of fun. But if you don't want to go to patreon.com/Charger Chat, it's totally fine. Going over to our regular website, chargerchat.com. Check out all the cool stuff we got over there. T-shirts, hoodies, and stickers. Chat it up with other Charger Chatted tiers in the member section. Ask questions and Ask Boltfam. Check it out, chargerchat.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube or some platform where there's a subscribe button or something like that, if you hit it, it means the world to us. It really helps us out. Thank you for doing that. And now, folks, time to go on to the next segment. It's a pretty quick one, but It's a doozy from Adam Mundwarf. Called it a barn burner, and that's what I'm going to go with. Here's the barn burner.
Peaches, I don't care how much you meow, you cannot have any of my spaghetti. What are you guys doing in here? Hi, Charger Chat, folks. What are we doing? Wow, we really did it. We made it. It's here. The season. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very excited about the season and football taking over my entire life in existence. A lot of stuff has happened this summer. I've been working a lot of things, a lot of stuff that isn't football. A lot of things that is not football. So, I got one video before the season starts for you guys, and I'll admit this is a pretty self-serving one for myself. I've thought about it for a long time, to be honest. There's a song I really like out there. It's called Blood and Thunder. It's by a little band called Mastodon from the same home state of Lad McConkey. I'm putting a little Charger twist on it for you guys. Presenting it to you guys like as if I'm on MTV, TRL. Hope you guys like it. The season's here. Let's go. Pull it down. Bolt up. What? To get it going. It's like a locomotive, an airplane. It takes a lot to get it moving.
All right.
That was awesome. I'm ready.
I'm ready. Superchargers.
If I wasn't before, I am now.
Light the sky, baby. I love that. Mr. Mundwarf, we love creativity here at the Charger Chat. Good times, buddy. Thank you for doing that for us. And now, folks, time to go on to the next segment. Ask Boltfam.
Time to put your money where your mouth is.
Hi, guys. Go jam a thumb up his butthole. That's what you do. I wet myself in excitement.
Oh, so hungry.
Your thoughts are totally appreciated.
Catch you later, dude.
Okay, love you, boy.
That's right, folks. Time for Ask Boltfam. We start at the top with Joker Hope, who asked the question. I see. We have 2 new weapons for Justin. And what do you think about Justin dating Madison Breer? Yes, I think he sent this after the 49er game, and the obviously I think all of preseason, KLS and Trey Harris, 2 new weapons for Justin, looking real good.
And
Excited.
Keenan back.
And getting
Tyler
Keenan back.
Conklin. We have all the weapons.
Yeah,
Come
the wide
on.
receiver room, the tight end room is looking real good for Justin Herbert right now, and I think we're going to see some magic this season. And have you seen anything about this Madison Beard business?
Yeah, I mean, so there was the first, like, the sighting was him at, like, her music video, which I didn't know that she was an artist, but I guess she is.
I didn't either, yeah.
And then there's, like, a second sighting where they were going to play games at a friend's house. This could be something, and I don't know yet how I feel about it. Because it can be a major distraction to have a girlfriend, especially right before the season starts. It's, you know, that new relationship, puppy love, infatuation. It can be distracting, and we haven't seen how Justin handles that yet. We haven't been exposed to how he handles it, and maybe it spurs him on. Maybe it's a Pro Bowl. maybe it's distracting and it doesn't go how we thought it would. I'm going to just believe that it was the missing piece to the puzzle of Justin Herbert going to the Pro Bowl and taking us to a Super Bowl. That's what was missing.
Yeah. You just needed something to fight for.
Just something to come home to, after a good game to celebrate with, or after a tough loss to be consoled and push back out there, Maybe Madison is that for us.
Go get him, Tiger. She seems great, and we'll see what if that's a good or a bad thing going forward. But we're gonna hope for good here at the Charger Chat. There, Joker Hope. But thank you, buddy, for asking the question. Let's move it on now to the Taint Tickling Tickler, who asked the question.
Gather round, mortals, for I, the Taint Tickling Tickler, descend from the shadows of fantasy football forums to deliver a prophecy so powerful it'll make defensive coordinators cry into their clipboards. This year, the league will bow before the holy trinity of thunderous thighs, Amarian Hampton, Raheem Rocket Fuel Sanders, and Kamani Can't Catch Me Vidal. A triple punch combo so devastating that linebackers will be filing workers' comp claims by week 3. Now, don't get me wrong, Najee Harris still has a role. The man is wise, slightly one-eyed Gandalf of the backfield. With that eye injury, though, he accidentally cracked open the mystical portal of opportunity, and from it emerged 3 hungry young backs ready to feast on every carry like a buffet at Golden Corral. Najee and Vidal will rotate, sure, but let's be real. The future belongs to Hampton, Sanders, and Vidal. For the next 4 years, these 3 will own the league. Forget running back by committee. This is running back by holy wrath. The defenses won't know which back is hitting them, only that their souls hurt and their ankles are gone. Mark it down, because when the history books are written, it'll say the dynasty was foretold by the Taint Tickling Tickler. Question: if Hampton, Sanders, and Vidal really form this unstoppable 3-headed monster, do defenses start game planning for them? Or do they just accept their fate and focus on damage control? In the famous words of Happy Gilmore, suck my white ass! FTR, 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 bitches, FTD. Wait, do you hear that? The kingdom has fallen, FTC! Boobies! K-love you, bye. All right, obviously, this was written prior to the 53-man roster.
We could have,
but it was so good, I wanted to read it.
Yeah, it was good, and it was a prophecy. We tried. You gave it a shot.
Hey, every prophecy needs a shot. I mean, you still got a 3-headed monster here with Harris, Hampton, and Haskins. You got Triple H.
Oh my God, Harris, boom. So we have Triple H in the backfield.
Yeah.
How could we lose?
That's the prophecy there, buddy. You just missed it by an inch. But but I mean, having that kind of a 3-headed running back, do you think it will be a running back by committee situation with Harris, Hampton, and Haskins?
I don't think Haskins is in the committee. I think he's a special teamer that will spot in when needed. I think it's a 2-headed beast with Najee Harris and Omar and Hampton, and I would want no part of that, because that's going to be a lot of pain for the defense. No, like in all reality, that's just going to hurt a lot. By the 4th quarter, you're not going to want to get hit anymore. And Omar and Hampton catch the ball out of the backfield. Najee just running straight line right where he needs to get. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, this prophecy came before we had all of the revelation that Najee Harris was going to be ready week 1. If we would have known that beforehand, it changes everything. Like, absolutely, going into the season, I probably still would have thought, before today, I thought we were going to carry 4.
Yeah.
So I thought it was between Rocket Sanders and Kamani Vidal for that final spot. But man, I guess we'll see. But that's the crazy thing. It's still roster moves to be made. Like, stuff's going to get fluctuated up and down and sideways, and they check on Najee on Monday and he's still not ready. What happened? So
sure.
But if those 3 are the 3 running backs that suit up, ready to go in Brazil, I'm pumped.
Yeah, I think that's the interesting thing with Najee. I saw somebody make mention it, and I can't remember if it was Hayrie or Popper. It was one of those two, but made mention that part of the reason why Harris is not like on the IR, but due to return, is that he could still miss a week or two, but just not 4. So they want to, have that option available to them.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, you would hold more than 3. I would think if you plan for Harris not to be playing, you would have more than 3 ready to go. So
yeah,
I got to imagine that by that thought process alone, that he is ready to go. But yeah, I think that's the other thing too, that, that you mentioned, that like there's still moves to be made. Like I wouldn't get too attached to some of the lower men on the totem pole that are on this roster. And I also wouldn't have my heart broken by some of the people that have gotten waived, because we might be seeing them coming back here pretty dang quickly. So gird your emotions, be ready for a fun season, and make some more prophecies. Taint, tickle, and tickler.
Hey, if this prophecy actually does come true, it's even that much more insane now.
Yeah, listen, I mean, there's still a chance these 2 guys, Sanders
Who's to say
and Vidal,
that
comes
2
back.
guys don't go down? Yeah, Vidal and Rocket Sanders come right back, and they all go off, and then this looks even smarter. So, Taint, tickling, tickler, hold on hope.
Bookmark it, baby. Thank you, buddy, for asking the question. Let's move on now to See No Chance, who asked the question. With preseason football finished, what's your guys' Charger regular season record predictions and playoff predictions? All right, well, I think, get asked this just about every year. And See No Chance, I don't know that you've been around for all the previous years, but
yeah,
we're not big on realistic
predicting
predictions.
losses. Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't, that's not one of the things we do. We're shamelessly positive, buddy. And
yeah, we're 17-0 regular season, 3-0 in the postseason.
Yeah. And we're Super Bowl bound, baby. So
yeah.
It's hard. It's way too, it's not fun to predict losses.
It's also just, how do you know? Every team is good. You could lose to any team. You could beat any team. There's no, the prediction of who we're going to lose to, it's a total guess. Yeah. I mean, a lot of it comes down to how healthy you are what week, and how healthy the opponent is what week, and who has short rest that week and had somebody dinged up and they can't play on 5 days. There's just so much that you don't know, that we take it week by week. But even that being said, we still predict us to win every single week. So
every single week,
I guess that's not true either.
Yeah. So I know it's not the fun answer, the one that you're looking for, but that's how we roll here at the Charger Chat.
We don't predict L's for the Chargers.
No, we don't do that here. But we appreciate the question, and we thank you for asking it, buddy. Thank you. See No Chance.
Thank you.
Let's move on now to Mr. Pekar, who asked the question.
Utah, give me 2. No, wait. Give me 51 more, baby. And now that freshly minute 53 has been released, who is each of your favorites? Who are your most bummed didn't make it? And as a bonus, who do you hope clears waivers? BTFU, FTR, suck my butt. K, love you, bye. Each of our favorites. Who's your favorite, Kyle? Who loves you, baby?
I like my favorite that made the roster is Justin Herbert, but that's not like a surprise make. I like Marlo Wax. I just think he has an energy to him. Mm-hmm. I've started following him on social media. He's a quiet guy, but I don't know. I'm just excited for him. Like, that story is so cool. Any undrafted free agent that makes it a 53-man roster in his rookie season, it's just the best underdog story ever. So you could take any of those undrafted free agents that made the team, but Marlo Wax I'm excited about. I played linebacker, so I love the linebacker position, and I'm excited about him. I'm bummed about Tony Jefferson. I really, 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 really like that guy. And I'm hoping he's back on the practice squad, and that's who I most hope clears waivers.
Yeah, I would agree on the Tony Jefferson one. I mean, the one that I'm most excited about, and it's only because I had that. I mean, I don't want to say I called it, but I at least said it out loud. So that way there's at least some level of like, hey, I was right, you know. But Nico Reed, after seeing that Hall of Fame game performance and continued to contribute in the other preseason games, seeing him make the squad, I think is fantastic. And like you said, any undrafted free agent, I mean, it speaks to the competitor's welcome. You know, if Harbaugh goes out there and says competitors welcome and none of the undrafted free agents make the team, it's not like a false bill of goods or anything like that. You know, obviously it's competitors welcome. You got to come and you got to compete, and you got to trust the front office brings those competitors that are ready to compete. And to see that you get Nico Reed, Eric Rogers, and Marlo Wax all beating out guys that you drafted. You thought you took a draft pick on some players, and these guys got beat out. I mean, especially in the cornerback room with Nico Reed. So I love that. And yeah, Tony Jefferson, I think, is probably the big fan. I mean, the other one is Rocket Sanders. I want to see Rocket Sanders come back to the practice squad just because we did see flashes. Obviously, I want to see Harris and Hampton just light it up during the regular season, but having somebody like Rocket Sanders ready to go, you know, it's those Bs, man, having those B backups. And I think he would definitely fit that for sure. So, all right. Mr. Beckar, thank you, buddy, for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Zach Shelton, who asked the question.
So before the season, we always talk about the big names on both sides of the ball or the rookies that could make an impact. Who is a player not being talked about as much that could be a secret weapon or a game changer this season? Also, the first game takes place the day before my birthday.
Well, happy early birthday, Mr. Shelton. I'm sure the Chargers scheduled that just for you. To have that happen
on a Friday night is so money. Going right into the weekend.
Yeah.
God,
it's a good way to
so
start the season.
You get a W on a Friday night and you just get to live in it all weekend watching the other NFL games. And, man, it could be just the best tone setter for Zach's birthday weekend. I'm
Come
so
on,
excited
baby.
for you, Zach.
Don't let Zach down, guys. But as far as like secret weapons, rookies that can make an impact, game changers.
I honestly, the tight end position which wasn't utilized in preseason.
I think it
just didn't seem like we threw to him much. And I don't know if it's because of the lack of what they were doing or if it just wasn't a part of the game plan. But I still have faith that Tyler Conklin could come in and be a big contributor. Mm-hmm. I know how important the tight end is in any successful offense. I mean, you look at any team in the Super Bowl and they probably have a Pro Bowl tight end. Or at least one of the best tight ends in the league. And that's what we've been missing for so long. It opens up so much. When you can play action and hit a tight end quick, it keeps linebackers honest. The matchup nightmare that a tight end is with linebackers not being fast enough, DBs not being big enough. That's what I'm hoping that he is the guy that no one's talking about that becomes the big game changer.
I think in the same vein of what you're talking about there, I mean, I think KLS could also be that guy. I mean, he's so low on that wide receiver totem pole that he could be that guy that just nobody's really ready for or prepared for and could just be could just go off, man.
Sure.
So I think there's a lot of rookies that can be those secret weapon, game changer type players. I mean, even the running back room too. I mean, we had J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards last year, and neither one of those guys are on the team anymore. So now it's Najee Harris and Amarian Hampton, two guys that I'm excited to see, behind that, first string offensive line, ready to go out there and make some big plays. Those I'm excited for that secret to be the weapon. So we'll see, Zach Shelton, but thank you, buddy, for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Athir Kadir. Athir.
You got to hit a Kadir.
Sorry, I forgot I had to pick up the ball. That's the question.
Judge and Chad and my lovely Bolt fam, I hope everyone's doing great and healthy, baby. We're so close to week 1. I got a few things to say. First, well done, Kevin and Coach. There needs a favor, baby. When you're watching the Chiefs game, every time Patrick Mahomes gets sacked, you'll say, "Come here, bitch, where you going, baby?" Second, Waldog and Kevin, when we get to the second question, your ass better not be silent. You'll have to answer and pick the player on both sides of the ball, baby. Now to my question, yes, Utah, give me 2, baby. First, what is the key to Chargers victory versus these f***ers? Coach Kyle, I love you and I trust you. What do we need to do on offense and defense, please, baby? Second question, please give me one player on offense and defense that'll be an impact on week 1 versus the
Ah, baby! Wolldog and Kevin, you're gonna do 4 different players. No cheating. Make it there happy, please, baby. But as always, we start with my lovely Coach Kyle, followed by my amazing and awesome friend Kevin, and we finish with my baby, my love, my heart, my life, Wolldog, baby. P.S. Bold prediction for week 1. Defense, Tar Heaps still 2 interceptions. Defense gets 5 sacks, baby. Offense, KLS 6 catches for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns. Chargers win 34-20. Let's go. Love you. Bye, baby. These fuckers, man. All right. I love this, Aether. But great questions, as always. Starting with you there, Coach. The keys to the Chargers' victory versus these fuckers, man.
Yeah, I think anytime we play Patrick Mahomes, it's always turnovers. He always tries a couple of plays. He tries a couple of throws downfield that are a little bit too risky, and you have to capitalize on them. We got to turn the ball over. I think at least we have to turn it over at least 2 times. And then being able to run the ball. I haven't seen enough of it in the preseason to be confident in our ability to control the clock. But the best way to beat the Chiefs is to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. As much as I hate the guy, he just can't have the ball. So we have to control the clock by running the football. Justin's going to do Justin things, and he's going to have big throws. But being able to turn the ball over when Mahomes takes those shots, and then being able to run the ball and keep Mahomes off the field and grind away at that defense, that is pretty good. Being able to lean on him in the first half, get him tired for the second. This first, man, for week 1, you don't have that conditioning that you're going to have by the end of the year. You're still getting football ready. So if we can come out and hit him in the mouth in the run game and kind of lean on him in the first half, tire him out for the second, that's going to be huge.
It is still crazy to me that the first 3 games of the season are going to be AFC West champions, or AFC West opponents. Having the first game be in Brazil of all games, like having an international game that is part of the AFC West Conference first week, and it's the Chiefs. It's not even like the Raiders or the Broncos. It's the freaking Chiefs. Yeah. Exciting game, but a hell of a way to start the season. Yeah. But yeah, and I think, to your second question there, Thea, as far as like an offensive player or a defensive player that's going to be an impact week 1, I think defense first. You got to keep Patrick Mahomes. You got to keep him moving. You got to keep him scared. And I think, honestly, I'm hoping based off of his preseason performance, because he was one of the best, Jamari Caldwell, man, I hope he's the one that is getting up there, getting double teamed, and giving our defense the opportunity to get to Patrick Mahomes. I know he's a rookie, but he had a damn good preseason. So I'm hoping that transfers over when he's playing their week 1 against the Chiefs on the defensive side. And on offense, I agree as well, Kyle. We got to have a good run game. And so I think it's such a small sample size, but God, it was delicious seeing that game with Amari Hampton and the Rams just leaving a trail of players behind them. If you have Amari Hampton performing at any level close to what that was in that Rams game against Chiefs defense, I think that's going to be huge, man. It's going to be a big impact. So, do you have any other players, since Kevin's not here to throw out an offensive and a defensive player, any different players other than that you think could be a big impact week 1?
Yeah, I don't know. My heart hopes for Keenan. My heart hopes that he has a huge game, has a bunch of first down
Chiefs killer, baby.
Touchdown.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. And then defensively, it's always Derwin James. Derwin James is the guy. He comes in, sets the tone with physicality. Yeah. As long as he doesn't have any penalties because they just don't like him, which I'm almost could guarantee, because we're playing the Chiefs. The NFL loves the Chiefs that they're going to throw some stupid flag on him. But yeah, I mean, your best player's got to step up and make plays.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm very excited for this week 1, because now I'm thinking back to last year where there was the game where we didn't have Ladd McConkey.
Yeah.
Did we not have Derwin James for one of the Chiefs games last year? No, he got
suspended. He got suspended for one of his hits.
It's actually, now I think about it,
one game.
Yeah.
And it was the Chiefs game.
Now that I think about it, it's good that we play the Chiefs week 1, because you can't suspend anybody prior to week 1.
No black magic before the game.
It's not happening. It's perfect. Okay. Well, great prediction there. Aether, buddy. Thank you for asking the question. And we go out of Ask Boltfam with Tony Francis, who asked the question.
Listen up, cadets. By the time this episode is released, there will be 10 days. I repeat, 10 days until kickoff in Brazil and 6 days until the Charger Chat Fantasy Football Draft. Let's fucking go, soldiers. My first question is directed to you, coach. With the Brazil game so close, what are the 3 main things the Chargers need to focus on to ensure a win over Kermit the Frog and his drunk hobbit grandpa, Coach Reed? My next question is directed to you, Kev. Between Trey Harris and KLS, who will have the better statistical season? Predict the stat line for each and then predict the Chargers' best player in his sophomore year. And my last question is directed to you, Wolldog. With the fantasy draft approaching, predict the amount of Chargers players Kevin and I will draft in total between both our fantasy teams. Which Chargers player will get drafted first? Justin, Omarion, or Ladd? Hey, as always, the Raiders, burn the kingdom, kick the donkeys, let's go Chargers gold, and suck my butt.
Tony always bringing it on home. I love it.
Yeah, thanks, Tony.
All right. Well, I think you kind of answered his question in the last one with the Aether. So why don't you...
I'll add a third one on there. Yeah. Run game, turnovers, and then Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert absolutely nailing the shoulder pad smacks to start the game.
Love that.
Because that was tough. That was tough last year. The first game, shoulder pad slaps.
Yeah.
So they were not ready. So we're rolling this year.
Yeah, we're ready to go. As far as your question for Kev, obviously he's not here to answer, but between Trey Harris and KLS, who do you think will have the better statistical season?
I think it's KLS.
I mean, he's certainly shown it in the preseason.
As long as he can get on the field. I just don't know if that's a matter of they didn't play Trey as much because they know he's one of the starters. And so KLS just got more snaps, got more balls thrown to him. Mm-hmm. So that is going to be tough to know right now. But based on what we've seen, KLS has shown more. But that may just be circumstantial.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think Trey Harris certainly got some targets, and I think some of those might have been from Taylor Heineke, which were not necessarily on target. So it's hard to really put that sample size in. But I think Trey Harris will definitely have the better one. I think he will be listed higher than KLS. I think KLS will certainly come in and make some plays for sure. But I think Trey will have the better stat line. If I had to predict, I'm going to say, I don't think it's unfair to give him 650 yards and 6 tutties. I don't think that's unfair. I mean, given the rest of the wide receivers, Keenan Allen, Ladd McConkey.
Yeah, yardage wise, I think that's a good rookie season. Yeah, touchdowns. That's a lot of touchdowns. That'd be sick if he could come through with 6 touchdowns. That'd be huge. I think that would be a good season if you could do 606.
Yeah. And then predict the Chargers' best player in his sophomore year, Joe Alt.
Nice, come on, left tackle.
Yeah, left tackle Joe Alt just have a Pro Bowl season, baby.
Yeah,
bring it on. And as far as the fantasy draft. Who's going to draft more Chargers between you and Kevin? I think it's going to be you, buddy. I think Kevin, I think the competitor in Kevin, as much as he wants to draft Chargers players,
he's given up.
I think he's given up that mentality.
Yeah.
I haven't. I will certainly draft as many Chargers players as I can because I know I can't win.
Take L's.
Yeah, I'll take the L's.
I'll take the L. Just let me root for my players.
And I think Ladd's probably going to be the first one getting drafted. I could be wrong. I think it's a toss-up between Justin and Ladd, but I think Ladd will be the one to get it in fantasy.
I agree.
All right. Tony, buddy, thank you for asking the question, and thank you, everybody, for asking questions and Ask Boltfam. We greatly appreciate it. Again, sorry Kevin couldn't be here to celebrate the 53-man roster, but we still had a good time here. And, oh, God, I can't believe the season's almost here.
It's so close, dude.
It is. I mean, this is going to be a wild weekend. There's going to be so many fantasy football drafts. We got to prep for our fantasy football. Lots going on. It's going to be busy, but I think that's going to do it for us here at Charger Chat, folks. Don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
K love you, bye.
K love you, bye. And now, a word from our sponsors. When you get a cut, it stings. Don't reach for the Bactine, iodine, or Neosporin. Reach instead for Harbalm. Other ointments just sit there. But Harbalm, it talks back. Rub it on and suddenly the words of Jim Harbaugh fills your soul.
I'm gonna attack this cut with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Justin Herbert's the opposite of a houseplant. He's field corn. Don't let the Band-Aids fool ya.
Harbalm. Because when life sidelines you, Harbaugh talks you back into the game.